Right then, you horrible lot. This week on Burntwolf Airsoft, I'm going to be taking a look at tack vests and their pros and cons. Now, obviously, I've not got time to compare everything on the market, and there are going to be some great and terrible versions of tack vests out there. This is intended more as a broad look at tack vests in general. Coming in all shapes and sizes and at prices for all budgets, tack vests really can hold a lot of gear. Generally, they hold everything in place securely. Some are fixed types with pockets built into the vest. Others come as blank sheets and are fully customizable via mole or other setups and allow you to add more gear wherever you want it. A lot are kind of halfway houses, with some pockets built in and space to add more stuff. Tack vests can be built to complement any loadout out there, but before buying a tack vest, bear in mind exactly what you want from your vest and whether or not your needs will change in time. If in doubt, I'd say to go with a blank style vest and add your own components. As expensive as this can work out, a lot of the longer standing tack vest users I've seen out there seem to end up running this kind of setup. Being able to add things onto the front and back tack vests can also be used to provide easy access to gear for your teammates as well as yourself. And if you're running with a very tight-knit group, a few mags, grenades and flashes placed on your back will never go amiss and can really change how a team works and plays together. Generally, I think that tack vests really look the part on an airsoft field, being what most real armies are wearing at the moment, in one form or another. Some can even be loaded up with things such as dummy plates or real plates if you're some kind of sadomasochist to complete the look of your loadout. Tack vests are ideal for Milsim players looking to replicate a certain army's current look and for people that use mid and low cap mags and carry a lot of them. Most tack vests also come with some form of belt, meaning even more pockets can be added around your waist for dump mags, holsters, and all of that jazz. I used to run a lightweight tack vest for years when I ran with many mags and grenades at the same time. However, I found a few cons to them that didn't suit my playstyle and have since stopped using them. Firstly, I found that having a lot of space to add things that look cool, tack vests generally seem to end up loaded to the hilt and weighing a ton, so restraint is needed on the owner's behalf to resist going in with every item you own at once. I know the temptation, but ask yourself, what are the odds of me needing this before adding the extra weight? I also found that they can be rather hot and stuffy in the summer months and generally are nicer to wear in the winter. Being mostly front and back loaded, tack vests can also be rather uncomfortable when lying down, and even if they're not uncomfortable, increase your height profile, making you a bigger target, and limiting the useful height level of lying down cover. Sometimes I found that although allowing good range of movement most of the time, in some positions pockets can be restrictive or sometimes downright painful, as I found was the case when bending down with chest mags digging into my gut and gut mags digging into my chest. Of course, this will depend on your setup and your current dimensions. Another major problem, though, I found with tack vests was hit taking. Now, it's not as bad as some people out there make out, but having all of that gear spread out over the biggest target you present to the enemy often leads to hits not being felt. Of course, however, with a lot of vests, a loud audible whack or ping can be heard whenever you get hit, negating this problem. But when in the heat of a battle with lots of bangs and guns going off and marshals shouting at people, or when struck in a pocket full of squidgy stuff, this can all too easily be missed. I often found also when running through brush and undergrowth, twigs and other things striking pockets makes a similar sound, and it can sometimes be rather confusing working out whether or not you've been hit. Overall, I'd say that tack vests are great for people that carry a lot of gear and don't mind the extra weight. I think they're more suited to Milsim players, though, working in very close teams after a certain look. But it's down to your personal preference at the end of the day. A lot of players like to replicate certain military loadouts, which 9 times out of 10 will be focused around a tack vest. Just make sure your ears are wide open when wearing one of these, as if in doubt, core yourself. out, and you're going to be in doubt a little bit more with one of these on, I can tell you. And that's a brief look at TACfests and their pros and cons. Here's a summary sheet of some of the points I've covered in this video, so you might want to pause this and have a think if you're considering getting a TACfest for your loadout. Anyway, I hope you found this video helpful. As always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more airsoft tips, tricks, reviews, and how-tos. Anyway, back to whatever you were doing. That is,